Guest presenters, I've asked my network of resources to share with you information regarding their field of expertise. As a senior real estate specialist, I've spent the last 2 years building a very strong network of resources. These professionals will share information with you so our seniors and their families can make informed decisions. As a senior real estate specialist, I'm committed to educating my clients through my network of resources.
Good morning, I'm Christina Cochran. I'm an estate planning attorney with Gersh Law Offices. Our office specializes in estate planning and addressing the needs of families that are looking for affordable solutions to the cost of long-term care, personal care, and skilled nursing care. Today I want to talk to you about the differences between a will and a trust. These two documents address how your assets will distribute out at death. With a will, it is only effective at death. It has no effect during your lifetime. With a will, also, it is a document that allows the court to change title on your assets. So what does that really mean? Well, when you die, your checking account, your investment accounts, your retirement accounts, all of those assets, they're tied to your Social Security number. When you die, that Social Security number no longer becomes active. Because of that event triggered by your death, we have to change title on the asset, and that's what probate court does. So with a will, as I said, only effective at your death, it allows the probate court to change title. It is also a document that says, hey, here's who's going to manage the estate during at my death, and here are my beneficiaries. Alternatively, the trust is a document, it's a living document. So we create it and it has effect during our lifetimes. In the event of incapacity, the trust has mechanisms so that other trustees can come in and continue to manage your assets in your estate for your benefit. At death, the trust allows us also to distribute out assets to your beneficiaries. However, with a trust, I don't have to go to probate court. The trust is a complete will substitute at death. The trust, because of its creation during your lifetime, it is able to manage situations that arise when, let's say, I have a blended family. I have a spouse and children from a prior marriage. With a trust, I'm able to manage my desire to leave assets to my current spouse in the event of my death and protect assets for my children as well. So let's step back again to comparing the will and the trust. When we die and we want to distribute assets out. With a will, there are certain disadvantages when I have underage beneficiaries. With a will, I will have a distribution go to that underage beneficiary. However, at probate court, because they're under the age of 18, that inheritance will become a blocked account. That means that the probate court will continue to monitor that distribution to that underage person until they turn 18, and it will stay in probate court. My executor of the will also remain engaged with probate court until the age of 18. The other thing I see as a disadvantage when I have a lump sum distribution out to my 18-year-old is, as a parent, I have some certain reservations about giving lump sum distributions to a person that young. We don't have any ability with the will to limit that distribution. It just gets paid out. Now, on the other hand, with the trust, when I have underage beneficiaries, I'm much more able to tailor trust shares for their benefit. I can create language that says, you know what, my beneficiary, my child, I don't want them to receive all the money at 18. I want them to receive so much money at, say, 21. Another lump sum could be distributed out at 25, 30. I've seen many variations of that. Because we have so much more flexibility with the trust, it allows me to work with families who know their children much better than anyone else and make provisions in that trust specific to their child's needs. The thing I really like about a trust is that in the event I have a blended family, it allows me so much more flexibility to leave assets to my spouse so that they have, for example, the house that we've owned together. They have complete ability to remain in that house. It's their asset. However, I'm also able to distribute assets out to my children at my death. Even though my spouse may have children of their own, we have that flexibility. So the assets, certain assets that we've shared together will remain my spouse's in my trust. I can also have my distribution to my children at my death. That is something that's somewhat unique in the use of a trust. Also, with the trust, I have much more ability to manage instances where I've become incapacitated. Assets that I've put together in a joint trust with my spouse is able to immediately step in and manage all of those banking accounts, investment accounts, also the ability to manage retirement accounts as well. So all of those possibilities are there in a good estate plan. To summarize, with a will, we have much more limited possibilities to control the distribution of the assets out of the estate. Also, as I said, with a will, it has no effect during my lifetime. There's no ability to handle situations of incapacity. Finally, with a will and I have an underage beneficiary, my child, for example, is under age 18. With a will, I have much more restrictions on distributing that inheritance out to my child. Alternatively, the trust, because it is a living document with effect during lifetime to handle incapacity and effect at death to distribute assets out, we have a lot more flexibility in that instance. Similarly, with a trust, I'm able to control the distribution, the rate of distribution, how the assets are funded and put into the hands of my beneficiary. That can be a child underage or even children, adult children that are ages 21, 25, 30, etc. It also allows me to give assets and distribute them out to my grandchildren and any others. For those reasons, a lot of times a trust can be a great tool to help blended families, families with young children, in many, many instances. In closing, I really appreciate your time today. And again, I'm Christina Cochran with Gersh Law Offices in Louisville, Kentucky. Thank you.
I'm Kent Lee, Senior Real Estate Specialist, representing my 55-plus mature adult seniors and their families with the selling of their home.